Hey guys, I'm here with Jeff Leake. He's the senior pastor at Allison Park Church. And Jeff, tell us a little bit about Allison Park.
Yeah, Allison Park is actually a location. It's about 10 minutes north of the city of Pittsburgh, and we're located in a suburban area. And then all around us are a lot of depressed economic communities that have needed churches. So we've been planting churches in those areas.
Yeah, so you've been there, what, about 18 years or so?
Been there 18 years, yeah.
Started how many churches?
We have now started 8 churches, and we're working on 2 more next year.
I know God has given you a real passion for, we share a common passion in reproducing yourself, and especially for you, reproducing churches.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about what are the keys of reproducing the DNA of your church?
Well, that's always a really tough thing, because I think that values are more caught than they are taught.
Yeah.
So I think in order for that to happen, the real key is leadership development. Mm-hmm. You know, there has to be sort of a values transfer between me and the pastor that we plant with.
Right.
And so one of the things that we do is, before we plant, we make sure that the pastor that we're planting with is a part of our culture for at least 6 months. Mm-hmm. And so they can kind of get a feel for the atmosphere and pick up on the value system. And then we have some intentional conversations about the values that we have and how he's going to build them into his organization.
Mm-hmm. Very good. What are the challenges that you see when you try to reproduce yourself into somebody else that's going to go start another church? What are some of the challenges that you face?
Well, I think it's one of the tough things. I guess it's sort of like parenting in a way. You know, whenever you're trying to raise up a son or daughter, you are trying to build values into them. But it's not until they actually leave the nest and they start to go live their life that those values are really tested. Yeah. And I think the same is true whenever you're training up a pastor or a leader. You know, whenever you're talking about things, it's one thing, but then when you actually got to do it, it's a whole nother matter. Yeah. And so some of it's that helpless feeling as a leader, watching somebody struggle through to come to things that they know, and you know they know what they're supposed to be doing. But whenever there's fears and pressures and a lot of challenges out there, it's tough to still live the values. Yeah. So I think that's where, you know, whenever you launch somebody, you can't just let them go. You have to have an ongoing relationship of influence where you can coach and encourage and resource so that those values can be reinforced.
Yeah, I mean, that's wise, because he's going to get out there and fail.
Yeah.
And it's part of your coaching that reinforces the DNA,
right?
You know, and helps them establish that, and they've got to learn it sometimes through failure.
Yeah, and sometimes those are the best learning moments, are the mistakes, but they're hard to watch.
Yeah, they won't forget it. Right. When they've blown it big time, they won't forget it. So
that's right. That's right.
Jeff, thanks so much for sharing with us
My
today.
honor. Yeah.